we're gonna go to the preview for week 3. First game, Magic and Bucks. Dre Jr., who you got? Why?
This game I'm gonna take Milwaukee because especially if Brian comes and Quan Shaw continues to rebound and score in the paint how he has. Um, the Magic with no Billy, I just hate to say it, I don't really see them winning another game without Billy or scoring over 50 points. I hope TJ and Casey and CC can step up to play competitive and keep them in the game. But as far as like scoring wise, I think the Bucks will probably win this game by 15 plus points.
Mr. Peebles, who you got and why?
Oh, most definitely the Bucks. I mean, they don't have Billy. Even because I heard through the grapevine, the Bucks got a guy number 12 named Barry Golden that still hasn't made his appearance. He's a player that plays for Olivet National University, and he's a pretty solid player. So I'm actually probably going to go see him on Wednesday, play at Olivet, but he's expected to be there this Sunday. But yeah, I'm picking the Bucks.
All right. Well, I'm going to pick the Bucks. I think, to be honest with you, I think Quan Shaw is the difference. I'm growing really fond of what he does for just with his grit, his hustle, his rebounding, his strength. Because he's not the tallest guy in the world, but he can bang with the biggest of them. Very strong guy. And that helps seal some inside presence. He's capable of being a playmaker. I seen it when he played for the Knicks. He did everything. Passed the ball, shot the ball, rebounded the ball, did everything. Yeah, I think the Bucks win this one. With no Billy, I think they win this one fairly easily. Chris Anderson returning too. Don't know if Brian Hernandez is going to be there, but I don't see anybody really holding it. And the Bucks have such a balanced game. When I looked at that sheet, the assists that were on the sheet, it was 4 or 5 guys in double figures. Like it was crazy. For them to score 63 points and have like 4 guys in double figures, think about that. That's a
and
really
they can shoot, and they really can get hot with 3-point line.
They can shoot the ball and pound it down low. They can do everything. I think that the Bucks don't have. I think defensively is where I'm trying to figure out if they have an identity yet. I said that in the preview for the season. Still trying to see like how they're going to guard teams that have like explosive guards or like dominant. So like if they play somebody like the Celtics with Sean Sims, play somebody like the Grizzlies, Chris White, like I want to see how they'd be able to handle like that. But we will see. We would have saw with Billy playing his old team. CC is going to be playing his old team. You know, I wonder if he's still motivated to play well. But I got the Bucks with this game fairly. So for the next game, we have the Sixers versus the Grizzlies. Mr. Peoples, who you got winning and why?
Come on, y'all. Memphis, but I mean Grizzlies, like it just. I got
both teams 0-2. Both teams 0-2.
I got the Grizzlies winning against the Sixers.
And what?
Chris about to go for 30. Chad going for 25.
Fun fact: Chris White will not be there.
Oh well, I don't know that. Still going with the Grizzlies. Chad White going for about 25 still with almost 18 rebounds. And also, I feel like my boy, Wally Watson, I know I'll be on him, but I feel like he's going to have a better game this game.
All right. Dre, who you got winning and why?
I'm going to go with the Grizzlies this game. I feel like defensively wise that the Grizzlies probably a little bit better. Without Chris, I see Chad scoring probably about 6 to 8 more points than what he averages. So he probably be touching the 32 mark. With about 15 rebounds. But if Wally Watson just comes to show up and plays and just distributes the ball and kind of shoot well, get to the line a little bit, I think the Memphis Grizzlies actually win this game easily. Miles going to do what he do, but as far as Jordan, Winfield, and Jonathan, they have to step up. They want to compete and have to play a close game.
All right.
Will Daryl and Jeremiah be there?
Yes, Daryl and Jeremiah will be.
Oh, and KT's playing too, so that might make a little difference.
Yeah,
I
KT
still
football.
go with the Grizzlies though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I don't count anybody out. As a coach, I believe, coach and player, you never want to underestimate anybody. Anybody's capable of being their best on any given night. So if we prepare for their best, I do give us the edge, the honest. I'm not even saying this, because hey, this is my team. I gotta, say we win, but I give us the honest edge, and that's because, like I said, our rebound. We're adding another rebounder, mid-range scorer in Daryl Harris. We're adding a lockdown defender in Jeremiah Mitchell. And the Grizzlies are still trying to figure out like who they are, outside of Chris and Chad. Like just an identity as a team, trying to figure out how to maximize what we have with what we have. And have everybody play their game as well. They do that. And it all starts with Chris and Chad. If Chad gets the rebound, that starts the possession. Chris just gets a bucket whenever he wants. Honestly, like tell him, hey, as long as he's not doubled, I take his chances with anybody in the league. But players like Wally Watson have to step up. Walter Hudson totally has to step up. I'm speaking in third person. Jamario Brown does a really good job running the floor, playing defense, brings intensity, finishes at the rim very well. Things of that nature. Rich Kirk has to be more of a scoring threat. Very great rebounder. And he has to stop getting foul trouble. That kind of hurts the Grizzlies in games because he's one of the better rebounders. He's definitely needed to be out there to kind of control the rebounding edge of the game. But with Daryl Harris, another forward that we have, Jeremiah Mitchell coming, he's like a guard/forward. That'll give the Grizzlies more flexibility and leeway and substitutions and rotations, being able to play different styles, and give Chad White more help on the rebounds. He's the monster. He's the best rebounder I've ever had in my life. He's 6'3", all of 6'3", maybe 170. So 180 pounds. So like, I don't understand it. I guess it's just his grit and will. But I do have the Grizzlies edge in them. If the Grizzlies come out and play their best game, I mean, I have to, but being honest, both teams 0 for 2, so somebody's not gonna be winless anymore. The next game we have the Thunder and the Lakers. I'm gonna go first with this one. I'm gonna have the Lakers winning this by a lot. Yeah, this one's gonna be by a lot. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I don't see anybody, this team being able to like slow down this Lakers team. Lakers team plays fast. They get in transition. Nobody has an answer for Mark. Who's guarding Mark Connor? Nobody's going to guard Mark. If you put Antoine Peterson on Mark, who's probably got the most length on their team, you take a rim protector out of the paint, and that leaves guys like Andre Robertson Jr., Tony Brooks, Terrell Hendricks, J.J. Calvin, guys that can finish. Devontae Barnes. These guys finish well under the basket. Like, these guys finish very well around the rim. The Lakers might not even have to shoot the ball at all. They might not even have to take a jump shot. So I think that the Lakers win this game. We're going to go with Mr. Peoples for this one second. Who you got winning and why?
Man, y'all all know I respect my brother Dre Jr., my big bro Dre Sr., Tone Brooks. I'm sorry that I have to do this, man. But Lakers by 30. They going to win 30 against OKC. It won't be a game by halftime. That's all I got to say.
All right, Dre, what you got? You got you winning, but how are you going to win?
First thing I wanted to say before I even get into the game is if you look at our roster, you see a new person on the roster right now.
Sean Northern.
And if people don't know him, I actually don't even know him myself, but I worked out with him a few times in the weight room with Calmees from our sponsor. That's how we got plugged together. But everybody speaks real highly of him. They said he was possibly a G League player. So hopefully he brings a good energy to the game. He's actually a bigger guard. He's like bigger than Mark Connor. So hopefully that helps us a lot. But this game, I mean, I respect a lot of players on the Thunder. I mean, CJ Link, Antoine is a big paying presence for them. Bray John could get hot at any time. Ahmad's a good floor general for them. But I think we win this game easily just based off our scoring and defense wise. I feel like first is going to start with defense. We take pride in defense. All our guards like playing defense. So I feel like we win this game easily.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Probably
be
like 75 to about 45.
yeah, I'm gonna be totally honest. Yeah, I don't see him getting past. I don't see him getting past 50, 55.
I actually heard about Sean Northern. Actually, he's a he can shoot the ball too. So yeah, that's a good player that you guys got, man. I didn't even know y'all had him. That changes the landmark if he's still playing the way that I know that I've seen him play before. So that's big.
Yeah. All right. Get into the next game. Have
You see, Dre, I picked the Lakers, so I don't want to get side eye
Yeah.
Sunday. All right.
All right, for sure.
all right. We have, and this should be the game. I
Yeah,
don't know
it's
what other game,
definitely it's game of the week.
but Celtics and the Nets. This we gonna start with you, Mr. People. Who winning and why?
Why you gotta start? Why you gotta start with me for? All right, man.
I'm switching it up.
You want me to start? I'll start with this one.
Go ahead, Drake.
Go ahead, Dre.
Coming into this game, I feel like this is a very, very two high-powered teams, possibly a championship matchup people might have. I see that they added Troy Louis. He's gonna be a big pickup, but no Sammy this Sunday. They said so. I'm gonna go with the Celtics personally. I feel like Rashawn Sims will win the matchup with Lannister, and Christian Straw. He didn't shoot. He passed on a lot of threes. I think he should take, but I'm gonna go with the Celtics in this game, just based off the fact that Shield's playing hot, Deshaun's playing good, Ryan's playing good, and they got no Sammy. So I'm gonna go with the Celtics.
I'm gonna go.
So,
I'm gonna go.
so you said no. You said my fault. Go. My fault.
They said no Sammy.
No Sammy.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
big. That's big. That's big. Ooh,
I feel like even if Sammy was there, that I still pick the Celtics in this game.
I'm gonna say this is you just started a flamethrower with what you just said, Dre. You know what you said. I don't even think this game is gonna come down to matchups. I personally think that the Celtics are gonna zone these guys. The Celtics are gonna zone the Nets until maybe Jameer gets in the game, because Jameer will break it. But I don't. Other than the fact that the Nets are tough and they play together and they move the ball around, I don't see any individual outside of Dennis Huda being able to backpack this game. I would have to give the edge to the Celtics. And the X factor for me, guys down low, Bill Grady and Brian K. Boston. Those guys are a unit. They're low down. And Celtics, not the Celtics, but the Nets don't have any real size. Martavius Lasser has been doing a really good job getting down there and rebounding and finishing over anybody that's down there. So Lasser can crash the bounds, limit their second chance opportunities. With no Sammy Hines that gets rid of a rebound. Dennis Coger, he's going to rebound. McLaurin is going to have to rebound. This is going to be a game where the Nets have to rebound. It's going to be whoever gets the rebound gets second chance points or prevents second chance victory.
So
I'm going to give the edge to the Celtics because I'm figuring out ways for the Nets to win versus the Celtics. That makes sense.
okay. So Rashawn will be there, right?
I'm assuming so. If Rashawn is there, I definitely edge the Celtics. But if not, then I would.
So is there a guarantee that the jerseys will be there?
So I did talk to Jonathan, and he is very positive that they will be there. But I will be receiving a call later this week to see if they are sure. So if they do, if they don't, sure. It's up to the tracking if they get here on time. If Troy Louis shows up as well, then another help for the Nets. So I don't, this is a toss-up. I'm not. It's hard to pick either team. If I'm being real.
Yeah.
It's hard to pick
And one more thing though, One more thing though, you see Jared Johnson on the roster. He hasn't played yet. We know what Jared can do.
That now if Jared shows up, I definitely.
See, it's a lot of variables.
That's why I'm thinking the Celtics more goes their way, the Nets way.
Love the Celtics. Got a lot of friends on the Celtics. Got a lot of friends on the Nets, man. And in life, you just got to make a decision. And I'm a rock with the reigning MVP and Dennis Koga, and a man that came right behind him in Martavius Lasley. I'm rocking with the Nets.
I can't even be mad at you. I can't, because those two guys are. They can backpack a game themselves.
They definitely can.
And the only reason is, I understand they got Phil Andrade, and they won't have Sammy Hines. But if Troy can play, and Maurice Terrell, see, we're forgetting, he's a big body, and he's savvy down there as well. So we can't forget about Maurice and Jared. I think we're not giving Jared enough credit. He's a smart player as well. He know how to play. Just because he probably ain't put in buckets these last two games, that doesn't mean he can't play.
Plays good ball.
And he plays defense. This team is defensive oriented. I'm going with the Nets.
There you go. Right, so we got two Celtics, two Nets. You got two Celtics in the net. I'm not mad. at it. You got to make
because I know all the Nets players will be there other than Sammy.
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like Mook would be the X factor. If the Nets win, Mook will be definitely be the X factor. But no Sammy, I still.
To me, it's Jameer.
Sammy had a bad game last game.
He did. He did have a bad game, but I think the X factor is Jameer. I think Jameer
Jameer hit 7 threes on Sunday.
Yep.
He's going for 7.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of factors. So we're gonna go into the next.
I'm gonna say this just to spice it up. I mean, Dennis never showed up against any of the top 4 teams last year, and this is top 4 team. So I expect him not to do anything, honestly.
Woo!
So Dennis proved me wrong. I'd go crazy. I hope that feel you, but
you're trying to make some s'mores, ain't
you? Now you want me to change my pick? I know he can do this. I'm not doing it though. I got the Celtics.
Dre, you trying to make s'mores?
Hey man, I'm just speaking.
I love it though. I love it though.
All right, guys. So we're gonna go to the next game. This is the Spurs versus Bulls. I'll go first with this one. I have the Spurs winning, because we're gonna see the Micah and Gerald show if the jerseys come, and I don't think that the Bulls are gonna either one of those guys if they play together. I think that they're gonna be the difference in everything. Octavius Davis, no matter who's playing, is gonna do what he does. Jeremy Davis definitely can get his own bucket, but with those two guards out there that know where their shooters are, that he's gonna eat. I played over the summer with Micah and Trey on the same team, and that's the 1-2 punch. Once they get it together, that could be ridiculous. Fun fact: I got dunked on off a lob, like trying to get it. He threw it where just Trey can get it, so I know that they have the chemistry. No Chris Green, but Ben Green is supposed to show up next week, so it is.
And I heard Ethan Graham will be there next week.
Well. Yeah, guys, I got the Spurs winning this game. I won't call it a blowout. I'll call it a good win, but I won't call it a blowout. I'll call it a good win. I need to see a little more from Benny. I just need Benny to do a little more. Seth showed up again. Bobby only made 1 3. That's not gonna happen again. But I got the Spurs edge. Cortez, go ahead.
I'm rocking with the Spurs as well. It come down to defense as well. I just feel like the Spurs defense is legit, even though Big John Martin won't be playing because a source told me that he kind of pulled his hamstring a little bit, so they won't have John Martin. But even though they do have the the 6'10" and 7-footers in there. I don't really think that's gonna matter because I believe the Spurs are gonna hit a lot of threes on Sunday, and they're gonna pull away from the Bulls. I still think the Spurs probably win by 12.
All right, guys. Final game, 5 p.m. game. We have the Warriors and Heat. Mr. Peoples, who you got to watch?
Oh, man. Well, who you got to watch? Definitely for the Warriors, you got to watch Tone Marshall. And for the Heat, you got to watch Miko Sullivan and Kamari Pickens. And hopefully they can get Shaquille Adams back as well. Man, for me, this is a tough pick because I know who's coming for both teams. And I got respect for all of them that's coming. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Man.
I don't know what you're thinking
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my God. For some of y'all, this is probably a no-brainer, especially with Tone Marshall. But I'm going to rock with my Heat still. I said my Heat. I'm sorry. I'm going to rock with the Heat still. Because I feel like Miko Sullivan, Kamari Pickens is going to shock a lot of people, especially making their debut. And they fit with that Heat team. And defensively, they will be good. Defensively, they will be good. And then with Darian Bosby and hopefully, like I said, Shaq can come back. I'm picking the Heat. Of course, that's a underdog pick. So I'm going with the underdog.
Dre, who you got winning and why? Heat Warriors.
I'm gonna go with Warriors. Just based off the fact Tone's coming back. Tyree's hot. He's gonna continue playing. And then Kwani Blackman. I mean, I played Kwani last year. I know what type of player he is, what type of mentality he has. I feel like he's completely coming to this game. He's gonna take either Drummond or Bosby. He's gonna take them out the game. So I know Miko's coming back. I mean, I know what Kamari brings to the table as far as being big and rebounder wise, but scoring wise, I don't know if he can add that much enough for them to be like a dangerous scorer, scoring about 15, 10 points. But I think Miko will definitely have a little impact on the game, but I think the Warriors win this game easily. I don't think they have an answer for Trail and Tyree. I feel like he's one of the most unguardable players in the league. So we'll just see how they bring defensively wise, but I think the Warriors will definitely win this game.
Yeah, I got the Warriors. I don't think I have much for the Heat. Darian Bosby, I think is probably the best chance they got. Him and Tyree are both averaging 25 a game right now. Sean Ort averaging 10 rebounds a game. Latrell Tillman only averaging 6.5. So you got to think about who's really getting after it on the rebound. If Sean Ort comes to rebound and secures possessions for the Heat, that can give the Heat a possible chance to score because they have scores in Miko Sullivan, in Kamari Pickens, in Jalman Sullivan, in Darian Bosby, and Trey Anthony has been on the tear so far. If we had a most improved player, he'd probably be the number one vote right now because he's definitely balling beyond belief and shooting the ball at a high clip for what we're used to him doing. But I think that it's too much experience on this Warriors team. Too many people that have played together on this team. With Kwani Blackman, along with Tyree Mosley and Antonio Marshall, you got guys. Those guys can put the ball in the basket themselves. Antonio Marshall is a former 30-point per game scorer for the Rockets and upset, I believe, the Nets team last year, which was the season's best. They had the best record of the regular season. Yeah, I just don't see. I just don't see it. I just don't see it happening. I see the Warriors winning, and it's not going to be. Like I said, I don't think this was going to be a blowout, but it's going to be very convincing. It's not going to be a game where the Heat I don't see how the Heat rally unless they get on a run, like a run early. The Heat would have to get a win early.
Y'all do know the Magic only lost to the Warriors by 9 points. Right?
Absolutely. They scored 7 points in the
But I
first
feel
half.
like TJ's paint presence played a big part in the first half with blocking shots. I don't think Sean Ward has that ability. I mean, and Kamari, but I mean, I know they have like paint presence, but foul trouble might be a thing because they haven't really played nobody aggressive in the paint or like trail or like a Tyree driving to the rim. Even Otis might draw a few fouls in the paint, and definitely Kawani. But I feel like Kawani and Zoe, defensive wise, I feel like any one of them could take Jarman or Miko or a Trey Anthony out the game if it comes down to it, or a Bosby.
Yeah, I agree.
All
So,
right.
yeah.
I agree. Actually, I agree with you. I do. I'm excited to see this game. I mean,
I am too.
I mean,
Once that
I wouldn't be surprised that he did upset them, but I'm just leaning Warriors just based off what I said with the experience, and they've been there before. So
I just
then
want to
they
see how
added
this
a few new
unfolds.
pieces. Yep.
I just want to see what happens. Like, this is going to be an interesting game to see.
Yep.
Outside of that
That's
Celtics,
probably the hardest pick I ever had to make.
no, that Brooklyn Boston pick is hard. I'm gonna be honest. That Brooklyn Boston pick is hard for me because you have two. Yeah, that's a hard pick.
I knew I was going with Brooklyn.
Yeah, I will see.
It's hard to go with Brooklyn.
All right, guys. That ends the recap the preview for week 3. Thank you for joining me, Mr. Peoples, Mr. Cortez Peoples, and Andre Robertson Jr. Glad to have you and your insight. Continue to play well in your season with the Lakers. I hope to see you guys do good things tomorrow and show us that you guys can be dominant.
Definitely.
Because I got Oklahoma City dub. But I want to see you guys put your foot on the neck and keep it going. Keep this league competitive. Thank you for everybody that's tuning in. Trust me, I'm hearing everything. So thank you for watching. Much appreciated. You guys have a good night. Take it easy.
Peace.